I'm Steven.
And I'm Ava.
And we're going scalloping today. But maybe you've never been scalloping, so we've got a video that shows you everything you need to know to get on the water, to clean the scallops, and be safe. Let's scallop. So we're talking to Ava now, who is the world's best scalloper on the west coast of Florida. And Ava, how long have you been scalloping?
I've been scalloping for about 12 years now.
About 12 years. Awesome. What's like the basic equipment? If you wanted to go out, you've never been scalloping, never been out there, what would you say would be like the bare minimum, and maybe some even like it would be cool to have type things?
Bare minimum would be mask, a bag, and flippers. There are different kinds of masks. We have this one, which is just your regular face mask, and then a snorkel. Or there is a round type, which is a full face. There are bags that you hold the scallops because you're going to get a lot and you don't want to have to go back to the boat every time. There's smaller or bigger.
And you just put those on your wrist?
Mm-hmm. I just take this loop and wrap it under my around my wrist. And then you have your flippers. I prefer the short ones just because it's easier to swim around with. There are bigger ones. These are easier for more when there's a stronger current, but it's kind of cumbersome to use. If you want to get fancy, there are socks that you can wear. These protect your feet from the flippers so it doesn't rub and get sore because you're going to be moving around a lot.
What's kind of like the preferred water depth? Because I know we've scalloped when it's been like 8 feet, maybe even a little deeper, down to 3 feet. What's like the differences and kind of the preferred area that you like to scallop in?
I think I prefer between probably like 3 to 4 is the best. 5 is okay too. The deepest, probably 8. Once you get deeper, the pressure starts to mess with your ears a lot, and it can hurt and be a lot of work to go down and back up again. The other thing that affects it is the how clear the water is. Even when it's like 3 feet, if it's muddy, you're not going to really see anything. But yeah, between 3 to 4 is where we kind of look for.
So we're going to watch some videos in a second and talk about them, but how do you spot them? Like, are you just snorkeling across the top and just watch them or try to find them? Or do you dive down, move the grass out of the way, or what's the process there?
Yeah, so I usually just swim on the top and just look around. If I'm not really seeing anything, sometimes I'll swim under and try and move the grass around and see, but usually I'm just gliding on the top and looking.
Cool. So we got a couple videos that we shot last year when we went scalloping, and in the first one I'm actually filming, and the water's murky that day. I don't really like scalloping in that murky of the water, but it looks like you were snorkeling around, and it was just that easy. The scallop was like right there. You saw it, you picked it up. Cool. Let's look at the second video. Tell us what you see there.
So if you look closely, you'll see the grass, and then you'll see a little round thing. That's usually what I look for. It's like a difference in the grass. You'll see something that catches your eye. Sometimes you'll see it moving. You can kind of see when I'm going into it, the mouth is open. So usually if it's like that, I wait until they close the shell. Sometimes you do want to watch how you hold it because they do open. Some are feisty. So tend to hold it from the back or hold it right in front with your whole hand. So no fingers are around the mouth because sometimes they can pinch you. They will let go eventually because they're pretty scared, but you do want to be careful. If you want, they make gloves, but I kind of find it harder to grab them and move with them.
So the third video, you get like a doubler there. So did you see them both at the same time when you were above, or did you like go down and see one and then, oh wait, there's another one there?
Sometimes I see them at the same time. I think with this one, I saw the one and then I saw the other one, so I changed my course and grabbed it. I mean, sometimes I'll find 4 or 5 and I just have to work my way around, but that is usually how I find them. I find multiple together, they seem to stick in a group most of the time.
Very cool. Like I mentioned before, that day the water was kind of murky. It's usually clearer than that. But here's a question. All the years you've done it, have you ever seen a shark?
I personally have not.
Okay.
I have seen turtles and stingrays, but I've never really seen a shark. I'm not that nervous about sharks when we're around a lot of people, because when there's a lot of boats and people and noise, I don't really feel like they're going to be around there. When we are off to secluded areas, I am more aware, but I've never really seen any myself.
Very cool. Awesome. Thank you, Ava. Okay, we're talking to Amanda, who's caught a scallop or two in her day. As far as things to think about safety-wise, scalloping, what are some things that come to your mind?
First is just how when you're down in the water, you're not really aware of where the boat is. It's easy to pop up and the boat be right there in your face, or to pop up and be so far away from the boat, especially when you're seeing scallops and you swim and you catch them and you swim a little more and you find another one. It's easy to kind of nibble your way away like a sheep would from the herd until you're so far away from the boat. And then if the currents are not in your favor, trying to swim against that current to get back to the boat can feel like an eternity.
So when you're on a boat, the boat's anchored, it's supposed to have a dive flag. Legally, how far away from the boat what's the max distance that you should be from the boat?
I think it's 100 yards.
100 yards. So you should not go past 100 yards there. We
definitely have broken that rule or law. But yeah, it's scary whenever you realize that you're so far away from the boat and another boat can come and just run you down because they don't see you.
All right. Anything else safety-wise?
Just being a person who's not the most comfortable in the water, I like to have a knife on me. It makes me feel like I'm going to somehow have the upper hand on a shark if one comes by. There has been a time when I've been in 8 feet of water and I was about to take my next dive down when at least a 6 foot across stingray swam under me, and I think I just headed back to the boat and took a little break after that because it's definitely very disconcerting to see very large things down there.
Those eagle rays do get big. Awesome. Thank you, Amanda. So we have Joanna with us, who is probably the most precise scallop cleaner. What are like the basic tools you need? You've caught a cooler full of scallops. You got to get them cleaned. What tools do we need?
So first, when we first started scalloping, we bought the fancy tools. These two things, and they cost a bit of money, but we found that they don't work as good as what you can find in your kitchen. This is just a spoon we use for every day, and this is a paring knife we got from the dollar store. I think we got 6 for $1. So these are what we use.
Cool. So after one of the scalloping trips, we took video of how you clean the scallop. You were showing some new scallopers how to do it. So let's watch that video, and can you kind of walk us through that?
So once you determine the side that you want to use, you're going to take the paring knife, cut under the scallop like I just did, get rid of that ugly side. Now take the good side, use your spoon and kind of gently pull away from the shell, what we call the guts, and then not wasting any of the scallop, pull it over the scallop, and that's what you have left.
So I noticed in the video, though, you were using one of those fancy scalloping tools. Why did you do that?
I was busted, and I said, you can get this from the dollar store, this you can pay more for. The reason I use this one is because we have it, and we had many people cleaning scallops that day. So the newbies got this because it's the easiest for them, and then I got this, and really this works too. It works just as well. I like it, but it's better for the people who have done it many times.
Awesome. The seasoned pros. Thank you, Joanna. All right, so we got Captain Kevin with us. So Kevin, this is the scenario. I'm new to the area. I'm a credit card captain. I've rented a pontoon boat. I want to find scallops. I've never been out there. What do I do? Do I just kind of go where the other boats are, or what's the process of finding scallops out there?
So what you're going to be looking for is a depth between 3 to 4 foot. If you can find them there, that's the best. Sometimes you're going to have to do 5 to maybe 6 foot if they're in the deeper depths. But you really just want to go towards the other boats. They usually are on the scalloping areas, and one thing that's odd to me, but all the scallops always kind of come in every single year in the same area. So you'll find that they're in patches. All the boats might be lined up. Go on the outside of them. Don't go right in the middle. There might be some dry areas. You can kind of just go real slow, look in the water from the boat, and be able to spot them. And then usually if you spot one, you're going to be in a decent area.
So the same numbers. If you find an area, you mark the numbers. Generally, year after year, they'll come back.
Yep.
And do that. But I remember too, last year you had a hunch. We're not going to say where it is. We're going to give away your numbers. But you had a hunch. There was no other boats around, and you found an area that had scallops. So what was the hunch, or what gave you the idea that yes, there may be scallops here that we can try?
True. So I would say as we already said, the new person, you kind of want to stay around the other boats, because going out and scouting on your own, you might spend a lot of time and not find much. But if you see the grass that is thick in the areas that are away from the other boats, the grass is what they go to. So if you see a lot of dry patches and brown and just sand, that's not going to be a good area. But say you're going along and you're headed towards the other boats, and you see what looks to be a real grassy area. It's about 4.5 feet. I would definitely stop and check it.
Cool. And along with that, I know the zone between. So you have like a big area, a broad area of grass. If there's patches of like sand, but it's not majority sand, sometimes the scallops will be hanging around on the edge.
On the edges. Yep.
So what's the most interesting thing that you've seen while scalloping?
Grouper, because I don't know what he was doing there. But I've only seen a grouper one time, and then I also saw a really nice spotted sea trout stare at me like right dead in the face, and that was odd. Outside of that, puffer fish you're gonna see there, and sharks. Periodically you'll spot them. Some snappers, and then of course the turtles. So one time I did see a flounder, and I wish I had a gig, and I didn't. Yep.
So maybe bring a gig on the boat and
spear gun.
Or a spear gun.
And a spear gun.
That would work.
Yep.
All legal.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you, Captain Kevin.
Have a nice day.
So we did okay today. We hope you enjoyed this video and that you have a great scalloping season. Bye.